Hey everybody, welcome to the Chris Gunther Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure that you like and share this video. We would greatly appreciate it. So I know you guys have seen me do a lot of interviews with either celebrities, with music artists, with coaches, and with politicians. But today is a little different. Without any further ado, I'm going to let these wonderful people who've let me into their home, I'm going to let them introduce themselves and share with you what today's show is about. Without any further ado, you guys go ahead and take it away from here.
Hi, I'm Wanda, and I'm Jeremiah's grandmother.
And I'm Thomas. I'm Jeremiah's grandfather.
First of all, thank you guys for opening up your home and taking this time out to share some things with me about your grandson. So exactly what is going on here?
Well, I've had Jeremiah his entire life.
Yes.
When he was born, we found out through a CT scan that he didn't have any brain tissue. His prognosis was death. They said that he wouldn't live beyond a year old. I sacrificed my career 9-10 years ago to raise him. I've had him since, and that's just about the moral of the story.
They diagnosed him with hydranencephaly, which my wife can expound on that a little bit more clear than I can.
Yes.
It means without a brain. Jeremiah has a lot of disabilities that stems from him not having a brain. He has really bad neurological disorders, which means he stays stuck like this. He doesn't bend pretty much.
Yes.
He has had back surgery. He's blind due to him not having the message center part to make out what he's seeing. It's called cortical blindness.
Yes.
He also, he's on a feeding tube, and he has a few issues. He went into respiratory distress 6 years ago.
Yes.
But by the grace of God, he's doing like 75% better 6 years later. Then they tried to get me to get a trach done, but I didn't want to go to that extent.
Yes.
And do that to him, and you know, he turned around and he doesn't need the oxygen and things like that. But our biggest thing is we're having a hard time with transporting Jeremiah. He's 86 pounds. I hurt myself about last year lifting him, and I'm afraid my husband's gonna do the same. No. And we have a little old BMW, and
it's funny because me and your husband were talking off camera, and he says it shouldn't even be called a BMW anymore.
Right.
It should be something totally different.
Right. But you know, not only do we have Jeremiah, we have 3 other grandchildren.
Yes.
That are his siblings that we also have custody of, and for us to all get out and do something, go to dinner, go to the zoo, go to the movies, you know, just anything as a family, we really can't do it. We have to try to beg someone to come and sit, you know. And my daughter, she comes a lot of times, but she has 4 kids of her own, so it makes it kind of difficult for her to be stuck with 8 kids at one time.
It's very challenging.
So we're stuck in the house pretty much.
So you guys have actually started a GoFundMe account, correct?
We have.
Now, I understand when it comes to GoFundMe's, a lot of times they're sometimes skeptical about why should they donate, you know, where's the money going towards. So where would the funds for your GoFundMe go towards?
A wheelchair van for Jeremiah.
Yes.
That's what we need. I've been doing some research. We were leaning towards more so just getting a van and having it, you know, converted, but it's pretty costly to, you know, do it that way. So I'm trying to find something reasonable.
Yes.
You know, we did put our fundraiser to $10,000. I think that's actually a little, you know, lower than what it should be.
What it could
be.
yes.
Because they're expensive. They're really expensive.
Absolutely.
And
along with the lift as well.
Yeah, we don't want to go out here and, you know, it's not easy to make payments right now.
Yes.
Is what I'm trying to say. You know, for us to go out, even if we can raise enough to put a down payment on something, you know, because I'm going to call Brown Ability and, you know, the mobility places that sell the wheelchair vans. I'm sure they sell used ones, and I'm going to try to find a good one, but that's where the money will go.
You mentioned earlier that you decided to give up your career to care for Jeremiah and the rest of your grandkids. I know that was a very tough decision But when you take a look at it, you know, in overall, would you have done it any differently?
No.
Not at all.
Through the years, I can't. I gotta be honest. Through the years, I've been depressed. You know, taking on children after I've raised my own. You know, and sacrificing my job and everything was a big decision that I had to make.
Yes.
But I'm very family oriented, and when it comes to them, if I had to do it all over again, I would.
Absolutely.
I really would. And I always say as well, if God decides to call Jay home, I would probably go into fostering a child like him, or,
yes,
you know, disabled or something like that. I just feel like this is what I was born to do.
When you take a look at it, you know, all of us have something that we struggle with.
Yes.
You know, so he's not the only person that's quote unquote disabled. We're all disabled in some type of
You're
way.
right.
But to see you guys have the kind of heart as his grandparents to want to help out, you as a man, you know, you being the head of the household, you being the one that makes sure everything's taken care of, how strong has Jeremiah made you?
Oh, he's just the whole episode is, I mean, it conditioned me. It didn't allow me the privilege and opportunity to make a decision. I mean, just
right,
commonly being a man and desiring to fulfill the requirements of, you know what I'm saying, your family and household. I mean, I was obligated and committed from my heart,
yes,
anyway, because general concern and sympathy in a scenario like this, it's authentic, it's genuine.
yes.
You know? So I mean, but it's been hard. But I mean, in other areas, because it's like a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? The lack of transportation means
Yes.
adequate enough for his situation. Like my job, I've been there for almost 2 years, and I called off today just to support my family. You
Yes.
know, because I mean, she's strong. She got a strong backbone. But like, once again, when it comes to authenticity, and she's a natural caregiver, you know, and I want to give up her career first and foremost.
Which was not an easy thing to do.
And on her own, you know.
I felt like God was prepping me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I went to school and I worked in the medical field, and I didn't complete college. I was going for nursing, but I got Jeremiah in the process, so I had to withdraw and everything. But I feel like all the knowledge that I gained going through that course of time was preparing me,
yes,
for him, because I am his sole caregiver. I give meds. I do it all.
Yes.
I do have home health care assistance. You know, I do give 56 hours a week of home health care, but they don't go in depth. Like, you know, they don't do the medicines, and, you know, I'm his nurse, his personal nurse, without a license.
Without a license.
Yes.
Well, you know, you guys are doing such a phenomenal job of caring for him, and not just because he's somebody with special needs, but this is your grandchild. This is somebody that, you know, you love and you want to do as much as you possibly can for him. If anybody wanted to learn more about his condition, and if they wanted to donate to the cause, how can they do that?
Well, I do. There's a foundation, Global Hydranencephaly Foundation. The founder, her name is Allie, I think it is. But there's all kind of babies like him. Jeremiah, his condition, there's like 1 out of 40,000 babies born like him.
Yes.
Roughly. But I learned a lot through researching, you know, just typing in hydranencephaly. And, you know, just trying to read, because with the doctors, it's all a learning process for all of us.
Yes.
Because they're amazed that he's lived this long, and so am I.
It's a miracle.
It really is. It really is.
Miracle,
And
baby.
we are not sure how long he's still going to be here. I feel like he's going to be here a long time. But like I said, it's hard being, you know, someone who loves these kids so much, but I feel like I'm at a standstill being able to provide, to nurture them, like,
Yes.
you know, because kids need to get out into the world. They need to go places and be amongst other kids and, you know, things like that. But because Jeremiah's the way he is, they're a little more confined, and most kids.
Yes.
You know, so they spend a lot of time at home. We try to, you know, do a lot of things at home and supply them with fun things and, you know.
Like a basketball hoop outside.
And
that
they
I was
have a
shooting around
swimming
with
pool
kids.
in the back.
Correct.
And, you know, I try to give them what I couldn't.
Right.
You're having a lot of seizures today, buddy. Is it the bright lights? He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah. He has a lot of them today, but they come and go just like that.
They come and go just
Yeah.
like that. Well, this was definitely an honor. Thank you guys so much for having me. Before I get off, if anybody wanted to donate to the GoFundMe page, how can they do that?
It's I guess you just go to GoFundMe and type in Jeremiah's wheelchair van.
Jeremiah's wheelchair van?
That's the title.
Well,
Yeah.
nothing else needs to be asked. Thank you guys so much for having me. If you want to donate to Jeremiah's wheelchair van, be sure you guys do that. Be sure that you like and share this video on the Chris Gunther Show. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.